Hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope you're having a good day. So right now we're finally into season 4 Reloaded, and right now this is not no type of like tutorial video or nothing like that. Basically, I'm just gonna just speak my mind about a few things, and I'm gonna try not to make the video too long. All right, so let me just show y'all a brief summary of my current setup. Right, that hasn't really changed that much. Usually I have some type of weapon as my main weapon, and I make sure I have sharpshooter on it. Now I got the new weapon. It's at 132, and I'm gonna max it. I'm gonna stay with it until it maxes out at 250. I like to have the ballistic knife, and I like to have light speed on it. The top one don't really matter. And then I like to have sharpshooter on my hyper surge. Took me forever to get it, but I'm glad I got it. And stun grenades is what I like to go with, but in the box it's called concussion for some reason. But anyway, that's my setup. As far as my abilities go, I got bulldozer, gunner, and berserker. And usually the fourth one, I kind of like switch it up. But as long as I have bulldozer, gunner, and berserker, I'm usually pretty much good for the most part. And then the other one is kind of like a question mark. Which one would benefit for me a little bit more? And now currently I got the Guardian. I'm going to speak on the Guardian a little bit because I think that out of our little circle, I'm the only one that tried this so far. And then as far as my exotics go, I like to go with gravitation, graviton reaction, and I like to have the eco shell. And then as far as my nightmares go, I like to use the Frost Vortex, and I like to use the Phoenix Burst. But if I had to, that's because I have 4. But if I had to have just one, I would have Eco Shell. And then if I had to just have one here, I would like to have the Phoenix Burst. The Vortex is like more like helping me with more crowd control. And I was trying to think of the best of one that could help me in that regard. And this one, I wanted something to help me with more damage. And gravitation, it kind of helps me with both. It helps me with offense and defense. So that's the reason why I went with that. And those are the ones that I chose. So that's pretty much my setup, right? In a nutshell. So now, Guardian. Let me just talk about it a little bit. All right. So Guardian, this one, the payback one, when enemies take damage from me, the player, when enemies take damage, the player receive damage themselves. So when the enemy takes damage. So sometimes when I'm shooting the enemies, when enemies are shooting me, when the enemies start shooting me, I guess it reflects better on them. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of killed them so quick that I didn't really notice it, to be honest with you. Maybe I would notice it in if I was just proceeding, but I killed them so fast. And to tell you the truth, you see how it says enemies that damage the player receives damage themselves. When they shoot me, a lot of times they don't reflect damage on me because my echo shield protects me in my back. And a lot of times when they do shoot me, graviton, they do damage, but the thing is, I kill them so fast I didn't notice that some of their damage went down. So I'm just gonna say that because of my current setup, I didn't notice it. As far as getting an increase of ammo drops, didn't notice that, to be honest with you, because there's so many ammo drops is going down. So I did notice this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just giving you my honest review on this. Now, picking up ammo recharges my equipment. Usually when I'm on the ground, my equipment charges pretty decently. It's when I'm flying around and then I use it and then I'm waiting for it to recharge again and then use another one. That's when I notice that in that regard. But as far as me running around on the ground, when I'm like completing a mission, when I stop jumping for some reason, like it's not like I jump during the fight with the kinetic jump. Now, there's times when people grapple and they start grappling as they fight. And I know that. I've done that myself because when I've done, I forgot the name of all of the glitches, but the link, the one where you got to fight that robot that disappears, that's when I grapple a lot of times because I'm shooting him and then I'm grappling, getting out of his way. That's the only time I really am using my equipment as I'm fighting something. So I probably would notice it when I did that one. But then again, the grappling charges up such a fast amount more than I'm used to the jump that I didn't really notice it. So these three things I haven't noticed. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's it. Like I said, this is my honest review. Now the fourth one, reduction in income damage, right? Incoming damage. The more plates I have, a little bit of reduction. But I'm gonna be honest with you. My Echo Shield, I have so much damage reduction that I didn't notice this either. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, at first I didn't think this was working. So these first four, because of my current setup, I did not notice at all. Moving on. Let me see. It's a reduction in hip fire bullets. And you basically, if you're ever in a situation where you got a hip fire, you don't worry about getting flinched when I'm getting hit. So if somebody's hitting me as I'm shooting by the hip, I have reduced, like, it doesn't affect me as much. But I don't do a lot of hip firing in this game. I do it every now and then, but I didn't notice it. So basically all four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did not notice any of these, to be honest with you. Now, when somebody was standing there, right, and I picked them up with this, it's kind of like near-death experience, in case you don't know what that is, BG. When you're standing next to somebody, if they down, all you got to do is stand next to them, and you can revive them. This is the one thing that I've noticed. All these other things, because of my current setup, that I didn't notice. Now, I think that if somebody had a completely different setup, right, and let's say they had other things that doesn't, like, protect them as much, let's say they didn't have the Echo Shield, like I do, and let's say maybe they had some other things, they probably would notice this a little bit more. I didn't notice it, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, so I really did not notice this. Maybe if I was like doing my normal glitch, and that's the only time that like when I'm using the dome, I'm waiting for that to charge up a little bit faster. So maybe if I had gravitation while I'm doing the glitch, maybe as I'm shooting enemies, let me see, one of them charges up. You see this right here, it charges it back up again. Picking up ammo. So every time I'm picking up ammo, I can charge it up a little bit faster. This I might notice, but in that like weird scenario. But like I said, I didn't notice any of these for the most part that much, other than this. So for my situation, I'm gonna say that I wouldn't say that this is bad, but because I have so many things that protects me, protects me wise, I don't notice it. Gravitation protects me because a lot of times when enemies are shooting me, they just teleport. And my Echo Shield protects my back like 80%. So I really don't notice that much damage when any enemies is like shooting me with their bullets from behind. And as far as my Phoenix Burst, when they do get through my defenses, that stops me from dying. The only thing that's purely just offense is my Vortex. So like I said, for me, I'm just going to switch Guardian out because it doesn't really help me with my current setup. So if I'm not going to have Guardian, right, let me just talk about some abilities real quick. Just real quick. So I'm going to talk about either something's going to be maybe a contender or a no, basically. That's how I'm going to go through this to get through it faster. Phantom, I kind of feel the same way I felt about it before. This is more geared towards like stealthiness, and I'm more of an aggressive player when it comes to EndGame. So this doesn't work for me, so this is a no. Gunner, already got that. Surgeon is a contender. Daredevil, I was going to recommend my homeboy BG to try this because this is one section right here, right? This called the increase wing hang time. So when you're like floating in the air with your wings, supposedly you can stay in the air much longer. Like it's not so much of a drop, based on what I've heard. I never actually tried this, but this is one I'm probably gonna recommend my boy BG try. So yeah, but for me, it's a no because I can get around the map just fine, and my techniques for me gliding around, it wouldn't work for me. But this is the one I'm gonna recommend to my boy BG. So small recap: no, I already have it. A contender, no for me, and tactician is a contender. I already have this. This is a contender, and then no, this is a no for me because this blood. Well, I mean, it does help me with some crowd control stuff. I would say that it will be a definite no if I'm gonna say this is a contender for now. I already tried this, so this is the no. And I already talked about my exotic and nightmare. So basically, let me go backwards now. I'm gonna talk about my contenders. It's gonna be the Sergeant, Tactician, Eagle Eye, and Warband, right? So now, so if I had to replace Guardian right now, I gotta like do the process of elimination. Sergeant, I'm gonna say that this helps me in a lot of ways. I could just pick up one of my teammates right away. And it's not just benefiting them. I can heal up much faster. I have overall more health. So, and in the event that I die, right, and I don't have a crash cart ready, off the floor means that I could just shoot an enemy, right? And I could shoot them in the foot or something, and I could pick myself back up again. And I can activate the vortex as I'm shooting them, and then that would let me so I could pick back up again. So this is a strong contender. I might go with Sergeant as my fourth ability, because I would notice this right away. Tactician, I already used Tactician, and I'm going to say that this Pinata helps me with crowd control and me being able to charge up my ability slightly better and having a little bit more equipment is pretty good. But I'm going to be honest with you, I already have something with crowd control. Having five equipments instead of 2 is a help. But I mean, I kind of care more about surviving more and healing up more and healing like being able to pick my teammates up right away more than I care about having a little bit more equipment. So far, I kind of like Sergeant more than I like Tactician in that regard. So for right now, I'm gonna have Sergeant is the one that I might go with. So I'm gonna just say that this is a no for now. Moving on to Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye makes it so my setup is a lot stronger. It would I already do a lot of critical shots. It would make me increase my critical shots and my firing range. Overall, it would make my setup even more powerful. So there's a chance that I might go with this. But the problem is, I really don't have a problem. I don't have a power problem right now. I have a, well, let me just put it like this. There's defense and there's offense, right? I don't really have an offense problem. I do enough damage without Eagle Eye. It's me surviving that I care more about. So I will be able to survive. I'll be more defensively better with Sergeant. Sergeant won't make me stronger, but it'll make me survive more because I have more health. And I'll be able to pick up my teammates faster. And I'll be able to pick myself up off the ground more often. So survival-wise, I like Sergeant a little bit more than I like Eagle Eye. So for right now, Sergeant is the one I'm going with. Warband, it has the Blood Runner, so I would consider that. But this is going to give me a lot more offense situations. Like, because this one right here makes it so nearby enemies turn into allies, and the Blood Runner makes it's a multiplier. It makes every time I shoot enemies, I do more damage, and it helps me there's a chance that I might be able to get my score streak back if I use this. And then allies, a summoned ally would like give me some of my health back, and then this one, a drone will come up out of nowhere. So this would help me more with crowd control. It would help me with more crowd control. I already have a lot of crowd control. I wouldn't say that there's never enough more crowd control, but I have enough crowd control now that I'm satisfied. I need something that's going to help me defensively a little bit more. So still, Surgeon wins for me a little bit more. So now that we're at the end of the line, I'm going to say that with my current setup, I'm probably going to get rid of Guardian, and I'm probably going to put Surgeon in this place. Only because Tactician would help me slightly. Me having Eagle Eye would make me so my gun's a little bit more powerful. But this one is going to actually make me survive a little bit better. So I'm going to recommend myself to try this one with my current setup and see how much of a difference it will be. I'm going to recommend my boy Luke because the crowd control with the Pinata. I'm going to recommend him get Tactician. And I'm going to recommend my boy BG try Daredevil to try that, so he would have the super, have the wing glider suit and be able to glide in the air a little bit longer. I don't know how much of a difference it'll be, but it might help him glide a little bit more, and overall that'll probably help him. So this is me just talking about the abilities right now, but I don't want to make the video that much like boring. So there's two other things that I'm going to mention real quick, and I'm going to wrap this video up. I talked about the fact that I like gravitation and reaction, reaction, right? Because that really protects me in my eco shield. And I like the fact that my Frost Vortex and my Phoenix Burst helps me really good. But let me just ask y'all a question though. Have y'all noticed that there's new ones out here now? Let me go back. I'm gonna go to the Nightmare first. I like Phoenix Burst, and I mean I like the Frost Vortex, and I like Phoenix Burst because at the time I knew that I want Phoenix Burst to help me stay alive, and I needed something with crowd control. And I looked at all of my options. I don't melee that much. The wing thing is not that strong. And the chaos rounds, I tried it didn't work. And being able to fly around with the wing thing didn't make any sense. So the natural choice was Phoenix Vortex. But now we got a new one called Sleeper Agent. Sleeper Agent, it seems like it's kind of cool. I don't know how good it is, but it seems cool. So now I gotta say, okay, I'm gonna try that one. So which one I'm gonna keep? Well, for me, it's really simple. I can survive with my Phoenix Burst. The Frost Vortex is just there for help with additional crowd control. So I'm gonna try that Sleeper Agent. I'm gonna just take one for the team and try it. And then I'll let y'all know, is Phoenix, the Sleeper Agent is the way to go? Or nah, keep your Frost Vortex because that's way better. And I'm gonna keep my Phoenix Burst. So in the event that I start to go down, this will protect me from dying. So that's what I'm gonna try, the Sleeper Agent, and I'm gonna get rid of my Vortex just to see if it's worth changing or not. So that's what my Nightmare. Now, did y'all notice that it's a new exotic skill also? So I like the gravitation, like I said, and I like the Echo Shield. I like the Echo Shield more. So what that means is I'm gonna keep my Echo Shield, and I'm gonna keep doing exotic skills until I find this new one, this fusion or whatever. So basically, killing an elite, not a regular enemy, but killing an elite has the chance to trigger a large explosion, dealing massive damage to nearby enemies. That's stage 1. Stage 2, increased damage and the radius is of the explosion. The explosion spreads to toxic, that fight for they'll fight for you. So this gravitation protects me, both offense and defense. It's kind of cool. But this fusion thing seems like it's kind of too cool too. And I looked online and I don't see a whole lot of videos talking about this. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my gravitation just to try this, let y'all know how it is. I'm going to replace this just to try the sleeper agent to see how it is. And then obviously I have let me see. And then on top of that, I have all of Act 4 to do. So this is not boring. It still gives me something to do. So, like I said, those are my thoughts on everything currently right now. Obviously, it might change, but this is my current thoughts on this now. And y'all can throw your the next time I talk to y'all can give me your feedback on what y'all think about this video. Sorry if I made it too long, but anyway, I'm gonna just wrap it up now. Check y'all later. Peace out.